Wee, the Giga Coasters are complete. Yes, I said coasters, plural. We got Drogon and Viserion. And from this point on, there's also spoilers for the 7th season of Game of Thrones. So leave if you haven't seen that yet or whatever. Anyway, now we got 2 Giga Coasters. So they're tied together as Drogon versus Viserion. Because like we learned in the 7th season, Viserion died and was resurrected as a white by the Night King. So I'm predicting then in the 8th and final season they shall fight each other. And here we have the stats on them. Both of them are extreme in the excitement department, and Drogon is more intense because he's the baddest dragon of the 3, so he flies up higher, all the way up to 56, while Viserion only goes to 48 there. And this project actually took so long that my headphone battery died, so while I was waiting for it to recharge, I actually did some scenery as well. This building here and these cog wheels here on the booster tracks, and then they got some mechanical base blocks underneath this thing and some railings on this side. Can't really put any on this side because it's right on the edge of the park. Anyway, there is 2 of them, and oh boy did it take so long. Like I said, my headphone battery died, and I actually also had like 1 or 2, depending on how you count it, 2 failed attempts at this. The first one was actually in a totally different session. I'm probably not gonna show it because it was such a disaster. Or at least not gonna show the footage, but I might go have a look at it to show you how it went. And then the second failed attempt was that this thing was all one coaster, and the intensity went all the way up to like 11.13, so way too intense. So I decided to split it into 2 coasters. It was just way too long, because you can see Drogon is 3.6k. That is probably the longest coaster I've ever done, or maybe one of the 3 Kings might be longer. Maybe we should check those as well. Anyway, Viserion is only 3.3 because it's not as powerful, so it can't fly as long as Drogon can. Drogon goes higher up, has the biggest drops, the highest speed, the highest average speed, the highest, only 1 second longer though, so good timing there. They arrive here back at the station pretty much at the same time. As for G-forces, the max positive is bigger on Drogon's side, but Viserion has the higher negative vertical G's, and the lateral G's are slightly higher on Drogon's side, while Viserion has more air time thanks to the negative G's. And overall Viserion has better stats because it's only 0.5 behind on the excitement, but the intensity is 72 or whatever lower, and nausea is 0.2 lower. This is very nice indeed. Both of them are the highest excitement in this park, as if we look at the Beast, it's only 11.88, Beauty is 11.53, and Goliath is 11.92. That was the reigning champion, but not anymore. It's only 3 kilometers, while this is 3.6. It has lower G's though, except for lateral, and more air time and more drops, but not as high. The drops aren't as high. Okay, let's see where the trains are. Are they at the station? So we can look at the ride as it goes along. They are approaching the station. Oh yeah, and the colors. The trains are colored based on the dragon's appearance themselves. Viserion used to be, I think, like green and bronze before it got turned into a white by the Night King. So now it's black and blue. And Drogon is black and red. And then the tracks represent their like fire breath colors. So Viserion has blue fire flames coming out of it, and Drogon has the more traditional fiery orange and yellow and red. Oh, now they're actually off sync here. Oh, wait a minute, I have the wrong train selected. There we go. They are approaching the booster tracks. Drogon gets a head start because he's more fast and more powerful, but Viserion is right behind. Drogon goes all the way up to 56, while Viserion is struggling to get up to 48. And then Drogon is all the way over here already, while Viserion is playing catch-up. And then here I had to add a little bit of a lift hill there for Drogon to get over the castle, because he didn't want to ruin these towers here. But then Viserion goes actually through it, crashing through like an evil dragon that he is. And this castle here, even though it's the Asgard Valhalla castle or whatever, it could represent one of the castles in Game of Thrones. So these guys are battling through it and over it. And then we go through Jotunheim. This could represent the time that both of these guys were up in the north, and Viserion got killed and converted by the Night King. And then here we have a really cool section for Viserion. It goes, or actually both of them, but more cool for Viserion. Drogon goes through underneath all of the Platinum Falcons there, and then that way. But Viserion goes through them twice, first underneath here this way, and then turns back and goes over all of them there, and then back that way underneath the yet to be named River Rapids, which I had to change its design a little bit. Now it has a new hill here, and then it goes that way and up. It used to be like straight here, and then turn that way, and then a little turn, double turn this way and whatnot, but now it's a little bit different to make way for the mighty Viserion, which is going through all these Platinum Falcons here. Lots of excitement generated there. It's hard to follow both of them though, because they have such different tracks. Maybe I'll focus on Viserion now and then do Drogon on the next run. I should turn back the scenery. There we go, more hills and twists and turns over here for Viserion, going under and over the water slides and into the first block break right there. Then more twists and turns over here, and it's gonna face Drogon again here. They're going through each other if the timing is right now. It seems like the timing is a little bit off for some reason, even though they should be leaving at the same time from the station. And Helix down there, almost touches the water. Having a little bit of trouble with the hill, but it makes it through underneath all the coasters, and then over the moat, under the drawbridge, over Game of Thrones, and into the final helixes over here, lots of them. And meanwhile Drogon is catching up. And there used to be a block break section here, but I took it out so that they would both have equal amount of block breaks. But why is their timing so much off? They should have arrived here pretty much at the same time. And what happened? Did I change the lift hill speed or something? I don't think so. Could be that the timing was better when I did have a block break here, so I did a little chain lift thingy there to act as a block break, which doesn't slow it down actually, unless it stops there, of course. Anyway, now let's follow Drogon more on its path, and I need to fix this Asgard platform here, because some of it got destroyed by Viserion anyway. Like I said, I had to add a little chain there for it to make it over the castle. Here it goes underneath all the Platinum Falcons and then turns this way. Big drops, big twists, big G's. Past the skyscraper there. Down underneath the Platinum Falcons again. Turning back that way into the block break section. Right there. And this is where they should be battling each other now, because it didn't have to drop there or stop there on the block break. So now they're closer to each other, but I thought at some point they were meeting here, but maybe I remembered incorrectly, but now they're twisting and turning with each other. They're chasing and firing their fiery lasers at each other. The big helix there. Nicely going, tangling with the other Giga Coaster, as well as the whatchamacallit, Planescape suspended coaster. And then it goes on its own over here, across the Egyptian area, twisting and turning, and both have this diagonal hill here, almost next to each other. Now the timing should be better, although this guy still has a few turns. Let's see how it goes. It'll catch up here on the brakes. There we go, only like a meter behind. Perfect timing. But now we have to wait for the results again. I guess in the meantime I could check the scenery, because I don't want to check the failed attempts now while we wait for the results. Otherwise we won't have results to compare them to. Anyway, over here I added the cogwheels on the booster tracks, like I mentioned already, and then we also have these flowers here colored with the same colors as the coasters, and some iron fences around them. Then we have the entrance to the queue lines there. The queue lines go underneath these and then twist down there and resurface on both sides of this thing. There you can see the stations. And then we have this awning here with the Drogon sign, awning here on those things, and awning whatever roof wooden things on the final brakes there. Lots of towers on this castle, 4 of these types, 1 in each corner, 2 of the round ones here, and then 4 of the basic ones on the inside. Then we got houses. Oh, looks like that one has a wrong colored door, because I colored them according to the side which they are on. So let's change it to blue. So all of those doors are blue on that side, and we have a blue tent over there, and then this side has orange tents and orange doors on the housing thingies. And then of course we got a bunch of paths going over there. Too bad I can't really afford to add any stalls up there, because they must be reserved for the rides. And what else? Oh yeah, then I built a path going this way. It goes underneath there, and it also connects to here towards the exit of Beauty and the Beast. It continues this way, and it connects to this new path, which used to be the queue line for the Big Mountain Scenic Railway, but now it's a path so that it connects over here. And I forgot I need to add some handyman here. Do I have any that doesn't have area? This guy is not set anywhere. You shall be over here now. Let's extend it a little bit this way. Same for the security guards. None available. Can I hire a new one? Nope. Damn it. Oh, jeez. How am I gonna do it? Which one to extend? I guess this guy. Should be able to go through that path. Yes, sir. Same over here for you. There you go. And speaking of staff, over here we have Daenerys Targaryen herself, the mother of dragons, of course, taking care of the dragons. Although technically this side, the Viserion side, should be taken care of by the Night King now, or something. And then for security, we of course have Jon Snow, also known as Aegon Targaryen. Spoilers, spoilers. I'm really looking forward to the final season. Too bad we have to wait until 2019 to see it. Do we have the test results yet? Yes, sir. 12-12, and Viserion is not ready yet. Come on, Viserion, we need those results to compare them to the failed attempts. Like I said, oh, there we go, 12.11, so it's only one behind Drogon. Very nice. Very nice. Let's do a save here before we go check the failed attempts. It's August. Although now I might have some trouble finding the correct save because these are from a different session. I think I went like all the way up to 197 correcting. Here we go. This is actually a corrected attempt. It's got one higher excitement with no scenery yet. And it has two stations, 2 minutes 17 and 2 minutes 29, and almost 3, or 2.9 and 2.7 kilometers on the sections. So it's not a dueling one like what I ended up with. But originally, maybe I should show the original one first, which was like 11.3 on the intensity. Let's see if I can find it though. Maybe there. No results. There's gotta be a save that has test results on it. Here we go. Drogon Dracarys was its name, and it had a cable lift hill here, which was part of the problem because I couldn't do any testing with the cable lift hill, so I made a temporary normal lift hill here, and it of course would only go up to 12 kph, while this one spits the train out at 22 kph, so there was a problem with that. But then I added some boosters at the top of the lift hill to make it go faster, but I couldn't get it to 22, so I had to go with 28 kph, which was vastly different from 22, so that caused issues with the testing. Anyway, this one had maximum height, 119 meter drop here, and a big turn there, and I had to add boosters there to get over the next hill and stuff. It had much bigger drops, and here it went underneath that. I also had to add boosters there due to the whole cable lift hill fiasco. And then it had a lot of twists and turns over here in the first block break there, and I didn't really like how this ended up above all this beautiful scenery. And then it went this way into the gold mine area. A lot of twists and turns here into the second station, and this is where I got the booster idea. So I did a long boosting track there, and then I went over the entrance here. But once again, I don't like this design because it would be hard to get some better looking supports here. And then I made a lot of helixes here, and then back into the pirate area, nicely dipping through these rides. But then here we have a problematic section. This here has 3 60-degree turns there, or 60-degree steep hills with 90-degree turns. But I like how it tunneled through here over the ravine and such. And then more twists and turns here. It even went into the jungle section, but here, this little hill here caused some high G's, which I had to get rid of later. And I was gonna add like supports here, continue this upwards because it's right on top of the monorail there. And then it went this way, and a little bit of a twist there, and over the Beauty and the Beast nicely, and then underneath them there. Also had to add a little booster there. Quite a terrible design, but I really like this section here. Nice amount of helixes and all kinds of things, except there were some troublesome dips, like that one caused a lot of G's and such, so I had to get rid of them. So let's go back into that. Let's actually see those stats again. It's only 7.85 on the excitement because the intensity went up to 11.3, and as you can see it's year 94, so it took me like 3 in-game years to get a working one with 12.13 excitement and almost 10 intensity. So a lot of things had to go from this area. Just made it a lot shorter and got rid of that one drop there, which was causing issues. Then over here I had to move the monorail to get rid of that divot there. And this area changed a lot of the drops and twists and turns had to go. Like one hill here was using those banked turns, which can cause issues if you use them on the uphill. They're fine on the downhill usually. So this is a much more boring design now, just to get it to have less intensity and be much shorter. It's like 2.9k kilometers when it was, let's see how much it was, 194. It was a whopping, damn it, not this one. Which one was it? Was it that one? Nope. That's Drogon and Viserion. Damn it, which one was it? Was it 195? No, damn it. Where did I have the test result? I thought it was 194. Damn it. There we go. 3.5 kilometers plus 3.5, so a total of freaking 7 kilometers. Way too long. And then as we jump into 197, you see it's only 4.9 plus 0.7 is damn it, I'm not good at math. 5.6, methinks. So much shorter. Other changes over here. Got rid of the helixes, so now it only had the wide bank turns. And here I also had to just get rid of a lot of the helixes to make it shorter. Not much changed here. I did get rid of some drop that was causing a lot of G's. And then here I had to just make these hills lower, which is why they have these straight pieces up here. And this one has one as well. And this one has 4 straight pieces, and for these I actually did like small dips at some point on them just to not have boring flat pieces, but those turned out to make it even more intense because it seems like the amount of drops is pretty crucial. Same over here, this is just lower, and here I got rid of the hills altogether and I added boosters instead. And this hill here is much lower, only 52 versus the maximum, which was like 85. So much more boring. And yeah, then let's check out the other failed attempt, which I just turned into 2 rides. So that was not entirely a failed one. Let's see, was it this one? I think it's this one. Yeah, we only have 1 coaster, so it was 11.12 on the intensity to extreme. The length was 6 kilometers plus 800, so like 6.8. Not much change with this. I just basically turned it into 2 coasters, slight changes on this end part here. With this design, the cool thing was that I had different colored trains. Like this one is representing Drogon, this one was Viserion, and another Drogon, another Viserion, but then at the end we have Viserion with his original colors before he died and was turned into a white thingy by the Night King. And then let's go back into the final design, check the ratings again, and then compare it to some other coasters in my other parks. I should take a screenshot of this so I can view it at all times. And right now I got the screenshot on my other monitor so I can see the differences. So now you guys are gonna get a peek into my what was it called? Infernal Views Park. Don't look at any of this, don't look at any of this. Here we have the 3 kings, which I'll link to the video so you can check it out. Let's compare. The excitement is way higher on 2 of them. It's ultra extreme. But what about the lengths? Yes, these are like 400 or so meters shorter, but they are longer in terms of ride time. 3 minutes 9, 3 minutes 14, 3 minutes 11. And the G's, they are much higher on pretty much all the categories, so that would suggest that in terms of pure excitement, the what is this coaster called? The Hyper Twister reigns supreme compared to the Giga Coaster, even though the Giga Coaster can go higher. Like this one starts at or only goes up to plus 49, nowhere near the plus 85 that the Giga can go. And then, was there any other coasters that I wanted to compare to? How about my Bumbly Bazaar? Because in there we have 3 Giga coasters. Here we are, let's check them out. Gojira, Space Gojira, and Mecha Gojira. 12.7, 12.10, 12.9, so they are lower even though there's 3 of them. Although they, parts of them are totally unscenerized, like this section here. And they are much shorter, only 2.5, 2.6, and 2.6 kilometers. Their speed is higher at 160. Do they go all the way up to the maximum? Let's see, we got only 50. Oh, wait a minute, that's up here. They only go up to 68. Is that it? Oh no, wait a minute. Yeah, 60. This one's 58. So they do not go to the maximum, but they do have the cable lift tails. And what about Cactus Jack in my Rocky Rambles Park? Gonna see some of it here. And there we have 12.14, so it is higher, but it is pretty much fully scenerized all over the place, so it's not gonna go up. Well, Viserion and Drogon have more potential to go up, and the intensity is 9.94. Damn, almost at 10. 180 kph maximum, almost 4 Gs. How high does it go? It goes up to 74, so still not the maximum. Although it depends, of course, on the floor there, how high it can go. 21 drops, so 3 more than Viserion and Drogon have. Much more, like 30 seconds more air time. Lateral Gs are higher, and positive vertical Gs much higher, of course, and the ride length is 4.3 kilometers, so pretty much the longest one that I have, unless you count double stations, one like that failed. Drogon Dracarys was longer. Anyway, that's enough of comparing. I think I've gone through all the ones that come even close to the epicness of these two. And that's also gonna be it for the session, because like I mentioned, it took forever to build this thing and like 2 failed attempts, or 1.5. But I hope you guys like it, and it's gonna be epic once I get all the scenery done. So much to do. And we still have room for some rides, like I was thinking of doing a Psycho Vulture ride over here in the jungle along with the Kong statue. Maybe something over here, who knows, but that's gonna be for the next session. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!